Please sit back and relax as much as you can and enjoy Meet the Creeps.
This way, please. Watch your step. The holes in the ground are quite deep.
Gophers?
Snakes.
Snakes?
Cobras, mostly. Whatever you do, don't whistle. You see before you a perfect example of late Gothic styling mixed with early New England.
Early New England what?
Witchcraft.
Ooh.
Note the dark tower with the widow's walk balcony.
Ooh.
Unique features of the house include an indoor grotto, crocodile tank, and vulture roost. That concludes our tour.
This has been a marvelous tour, Miss Lange, but...
Bunny. Call me Bunny. I'm your friendly tour guide.
But this is the house we're most interested in. The Creeps Mansion.
We've heard so much about it.
We've heard so much about them. Do you know the Creeps?
I do.
Were you here last year when it happened?
The big event.
I saw it all. I saw it happen. I was just about to graduate high school.
How exciting. Please tell us about it, Bunny. Please.
That's not part of the tour.
Aww.
But if it means that much to you...
Ah.
No one expected it to happen, of course. Just goes to show you never know. Let me think. Oh, yes, I remember. It all began on a dark and stormy night. I imagine Dr. Frankenstein created his monster on such a night. We haven't had a storm like that before in Edible Falls, and we haven't had one since.
Billy! Billy! Track the fellow. That's what I love about living in Edible Falls. The lovely weather. There you are, Billy. What about the shutters in the tower room?
I opened them.
Good. I hate climbing stairs. Lucky for me, I still haven't lost my touch with the broom. It still gets me most places I want to go.
That broom hasn't worked in years.
Says you. Mind your manners.
Bah.
Listen. Is that the storm or is it something at the front door?
Front door.
See what it is.
Bah.
Night to see those crocodile legs hatching, the shells cracking, little rows of teeth snapping at the air. Oh, sheer poetry.
You always did have a way with words, Sinbad.
It's the poet in me.
When you were a baby, all your cuckoos rhymed.
Robin a bobbin bent his bow, shot a pigeon and killed a crow. That's my favorite.
It's beautiful.
Bah. Company.
I'm not expecting anyone. Are you?
I never have company. All my friends are back in the old country.
Perhaps Tarantula's expecting someone.
It's two of them.
Show them in, whatever they are.
In here, please.
Ah, Flora Lime Tree and Mabel Belfry. Good neighbors.
I hope we're not coming at an inconvenient time. I saw lights, so I knew you were home.
I better get back to those crocodile legs.
You know my grandmother, of course.
I must have misunderstood. I thought you might have said crocodile eggs. She did say crocodile eggs. Don't be absurd, Mabel.
Mabel heard right. Crocodile eggs. That's why I'm dressed like a surgeon. Never know an extra hand will come in handy. Get a hand handy.
Perhaps you should come back another time. The sooner we get this whole thing settled, the better.
Please, make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you. Who would be comfortable in this mausoleum?
May I offer you some refreshments? How about a toad toddy?
What's in it?
A toad, of course.
Would you mind closing some windows? I don't want to catch a draft.
Whatever you think is best. Billy!
Bah.
Be a good fellow and close some windows.
Very good, sir.
Now what can I do for you ladies?
We're here because of the All-American Street Contest. We're into every year, as you should know.
Indeed I do. Much fun.
Every year we lose.
Win some, lose some.
I am determined that this year Pilgrim Road will win.
Bravo, Flora. That's the spirit, that determination, that dedication. I applaud you. Bravo.
Won't you come as this lime tree?
I'll call you anything if it will make you happy. How about Miss Cactus?
Really, Mr. Creeps?
A little stab at humor. I love that word.
Humor?
Stab. I'll tell my wife you're here.
Please do.
15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum.
Is he gone?
I don't see him.
Good. That man's mad. All the creeps are mad. Such awful people in this awful house. I'll get rid of them if it's the last thing I do.
Be careful, Flora. The creeps are the oldest family at Elbow Falls.
The oddest, you mean? Ever since I can remember, I've been embarrassed by the presence. I don't mind kooks, but the creeps are just something else altogether. They don't fit in. As a civic-minded citizen, I say they must go.
I don't think they'll go anywhere, Flora. After all, this is their home.
There's no need to remind me. Every year I come within an inch of winning that award for Pilgrim, and every year I lose it. When the judges get a view of this house? This house, yes.
Neighbors, how nice! How lovely of you to drop in. I haven't seen you for such a long time, Flora, and you only live next door. But I saw you last week at our garage sale, Mabel.
That's right.
You bought the bed of nails. Was that Henrietta Hedgestone?
Henry about ball and chain. I bought the Z fly trap for my son.
Scooter is such a lovely boy. My niece Sally is very fond of Scooter.
Are you sure you're related? Sally is so...
Normal.
I suppose Scooter wanted the lovely thing for a botany class.
No, he was writing a story about a large man-eating plant. I thought Venus flytrap would give him some inspiration.
What are mothers for? I'm afraid we didn't sell much at the garage sale, though.
How about having your little garage sale in the daytime?
In the daytime? What a curious suggestion. I'll put this down and then we can have a nice chat.
Is that a canary?
I'm afraid of canaries. Such scary birds. They give me goose flesh. This is an Amazon tarantula. Tarantulas are my only weakness, except for Sinbad, of course. Now, Hairy Legs, you be a good boy. I don't want to hear crawl out of you until morning.
See what I mean? She's demented.
Won't you sit, Flora?
We won't be staying very long.
I'm sorry to hear that. Hasn't the weather been delightful? Lightning and thunderbolts, wind and rain.
I'll come right to the point, Miss Creeps.
Tarantula.
Where?
I mean, why be formal? We've known each other for years. Please, call me Tarantula, Flora.
Very well, if you insist, Tarantula. We're wasting time.
What time is it? I never carry a watch.
When you hear the shriek, it'll be exactly 10 p.m.
My, that's an interesting clock.
It's been in the family for centuries and centuries and centuries.
As you probably read in the Ed Falls Gazette, I've entered Pilgrim Road once again in the contest for the All-American Street.
Splendid.
Consequently, I'm asking everyone to spruce up their houses, improve their gardens, and make each residence shine and sparkle for the judges.
Everyone knows the most beautiful houses in Elbow Falls or on Pilgrim Road.
All but one.
I don't agree, Flora. You have a lovely house.
I don't mean my house. I mean this house.
You're joking.
How is everyone getting along?
Sinbad, darling, Flora Limetree has entered Pilgrim Road once again in the All-American Street Contest. Isn't that lovely?
Be better if Pilgrim Road won.
That's why I'm here.
Flora wants everyone to spruce up their gardens and make their houses shine and sparkle for the judges. Luckily for us, we don't have to do a thing.
That's right, this house is perfect as perfect can be. Wouldn't change a blade of grass.
You don't have a blade of grass. I don't know how ground outside this house was all twisted and gnarled.
Thank you.
Tarantula has a green thumb.
And probably a green foot, too.
What are you going to do?
I came prepared. Watch. I would like to buy this house.
What?
I'm prepared to offer a handsome price. Think it over.
Sell Creep's mansion?
If you want to see the last of those darling little critters leave the eggshells, you'd better hurry.
Come, Tarantula. We don't want to miss the blessed event.
Do join us, Flora, Mabel.
We'll see them some other time.
There may not be another time. Crocodiles eat their young, you know.
Ugh. They have to go. That's all there is to it.
You weren't serious about buying this terrible house.
Oh, completely serious. I want to buy it so I can tear it down. That way, the judges will never see it.
It costs a lot of money.
What do I care? I'm rich. I know.
What?
I'll call my nephew Bubba. He works for the city. He must have some way to stem his terrible property.
At this hour, he's probably asleep.
I got Bubba the job. It's time for him to pay his dues. To me. How does this thing even work? It's so old. There's not even a way to dial.
I'm the telephone operator. Number, please. Number, please.
I'm calling my nephew Bubba Limetree at 555-6363, area code 430.
What's an area code?
I don't know.
I love tomatoes because they're blood red. I love a hangman's noose because it's made of thread. Best of all, I love a hangman's noose when the thread's red and the hangman's bled. Yes, excellent! Oh, but what shall I call it now? I have it ode to a hummingbird. Yes, and I'll dedicate it to Tarantula, as always.
Yeah, her.
I wonder where Tarantula is.
The tomato juice you wanted, Sinbad. I'm afraid it's not pure tomato. We're out. This is clamato.
You say clamato, I say clamato. What does it matter if it's squeezed with love?
Oh, how sweet. Nana dug up the clams herself with her long fingernails.
She went to the seashore.
You know she never goes out. She dug them up from the cellar.
Good old Nana. What do we do without her? Oh, Tarantula, you must hear my new poem. I've dedicated it to you.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh, there seems to be a call.
Ooh. Tarantula Creep speaking. It's Flora Limetree.
She doesn't give up easily.
No, she doesn't. I'm afraid we haven't changed our minds about your offer, Flora. We couldn't possibly sell Creep's mansion. Yes? Yes, Flora. I'll discuss it with my husband. Good day, good neighbor. She's doubled her offer.
Doubled? She's certainly anxious to get her hands on this house.
I think she's envious of us, Sinbad.
Jealous would be more like it.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
How do you mean?
With the money she's offering, we could travel to Egypt again. All those lovely tombs and burial chambers.
We could visit Devil's Island.
I've always wanted to see the Black Hole of Calcutta.
There's only one way to sell this.
Aunt Wichita.
Right, Aunt Wichita. Yoo-hoo, Aunt Wichita, could we have a word with you, please?
What do you want? You know I hate being disturbed. I hate being disturbed worse than I hate being framed.
We need your advice, Aunt Wichita.
So?
A pesky neighbor is offering a fortune to buy the house. We could use the loot.
Should we sell?
Sell? Are you crazy?
I knew she wouldn't go for this idea.
How could you even think of selling? Shame, shame. This is the ancestral home of the Creeps. This house is family. You wouldn't sell a family, would you?
Certainly not.
Never.
Bah.
It was a passing fancy, Aunt Wichita. A fleeting thought.
She's offering so much money.
Don't trust her.
You know, Aunt Wichita has a way of coming to the right point. You don't think Flora Limetree is up to something, do you?
Mustn't be suspicious of neighbors. It's not neighborly.
You know, Aunt Wichita's a pretty good judge of character. Sometimes I think Flora Limetree doesn't like us.
You're imagining things, Sinbad.
Aunt Tarantula, Uncle Sinbad, I'm home.
Oh, it's Sally.
We're in the parlor, Sally.
Come on, guys.
You bet.
Matt and Scooter will be helping me with my science project. We'll be working in the tower.
Ah, what is the project?
It's a telescope that can locate anything traveling from another planet.
I got the idea from one of Scooter's stories.
Ah, Scooter, quite the imagination.
Thanks, Mr. Creeps. I try.
How'd the Venus flytrap work out, Scooter?
It died, Mrs. Creeps.
I'm sorry to hear that.
fly buzzed by so fast, it closed and snapped into two.
Jaws of death.
They are so sweet, those darling little frogs.
We should take Harry Legs to the solarium. He could do with a little more heat.
Oh, good idea. I'll sit in the wicker chair beside my ode to a hummingbird. I love tomatoes because they're blood red.
Why don't you serve Sally and her friends some refreshments?
Leave it to me. I just made cookies. Gingerbread people. It's such fun to bite into them. So crunchy, you'd think they had real bones.
I'm a pushover for cookies.
I still remember those wonderful gumdrops you made one time. Where did you make them from?
What else? Gums.
Well, you sure have a neat family, Sally.
Neat family and a neat party home. Every time I come here, it's like I'm on vacation. Your house is better than Disney World.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. We're an average American family living in an average American town. Nothing special.
You wouldn't say that if you heard my mother.
All Mrs. Belfry and Flora Limetree talk about is this house.
And the All-American Street Contest.
I'm tired of everyone in this town talking about the contest. There are other things that are more important.
Like the rock concert over in Rivertown, Saturday. How about a date?
I'll think about it, Matt. Right now, we ought to get started on our project.
No chow?
I thought we were going to eat gingerbread people.
Nana will bring a plate to the tower.
Fantastic. Did you hear something?
I know I did.
The front door was open, so I crept in.
I guess I forgot to close the door.
I'm late in arriving. I know. Better late than never, eh?
My name is Sally Creeps. Are you here to see someone?
I have correspondence with Mrs. Sinbad Creeps.
She's my aunt.
Are you a relative?
Do I look like a relative? My card.
Mortimer Weird. MD?
MD. You're a medical doctor?
No, MD. Mysterious dude.
I'll tell my aunt and uncle you're here.
Do that.
Come on, guys.
Good idea.
First rate.
I haven't frightened you, have I?
No, never. Of course not.
Of course not.
I'd never forgive myself. This place is a dump. Oh, well, beggars can't be choosers.
Here we are, gingerbread people.
What?
Oh, company. Isn't he handsome?
Are you Mrs. Tarantula Creeps?
She's my grandson's wife. A lovely girl she is, too. Who are you?
My name is Weird. Mortimer Weird.
A nice name.
Thanks.
Anytime. Care for a gingerbread person? Fresh-baked? Crunchy.
Some other time, perhaps. The crumbs always stick to my teeth.
Mr. Weird?
Mrs. Creeps?
That's Tarantula. Gingerbread person?
You know I have to watch my diet, Nana.
Nobody wants to eat like gingerbread people.
Sally, Matt, and Scooter have gone to the tower. They'll eat the gingerbread people.
The tower? That means I'll have to climb the stairs. My room doesn't go up there. The handsome devil.
What can I do for you, Mr. Weird?
You advertised rooms for rent in a magazine.
That was long, long ago. Besides, I couldn't get a license to rent rooms, so the whole idea frizzled.
That's besides the point. I require a room with a bath. I told my friends I'd be staying here, you know. You can't expect me to come all the way to Edible Falls for a room and then go someplace else. I require a special atmosphere of peace and quiet, and this place has it. Your ad said so.
Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Sinbad, you remember when we advertised rooms for rent?
Years back, ancient history.
Mr. Weird has answered the ad.
I wrote you.
Perhaps you did. In any case, renting a room is out of the question.
I have no place to stay.
How about the YMCA?
Do I look like a jock? That ring.
This?
You remember the Loyal Order of Penguins?
That's my watch.
We're Lodge Brothers.
Lodge Brothers?
Oh, I'm a penguin, you're a penguin, you're a penguin, I'm a penguin. One for all! Penguins, penguins, rah, rah, rah. Tarantula, that settles it. We can't let a fellow penguin down.
If you say so, Sinbad. How long do you plan on staying with us, Mr. Weird?
Hard to say.
What line of work are you in, brother penguin?
I'm retired.
We'll do our best to make you happy.
Peace and quiet is what I'm after. After all, your ad did say this place was quiet as a tune.
That was before Sally came to live with us. You know how teenagers are.
You rang?
Oh, Lily, this is the lodge brother of my husband's.
A fellow penguin?
I think the room under the rusty gable will do nicely. It has a full view of the town cemetery.
Whatever.
If you'll follow me.
I'll have Billy get your luggage after you've seen the room.
I don't have any luggage. I don't like luggage. All it does is weigh you down. When I travel light.
What a peculiar fellow.
All us penguins are a little peculiar. Goes with the territory.
I can't seem to recall his letter. I can't even recall the name of the magazine.
What does it matter? We've got plenty of room.
I'm about done, Mr. and Mrs. Limetree.
I hope you haven't found anything wrong with the house, Bubba.
It's like I told you folks, routine inspection.
Your Aunt Flora must be proud of you. A city official and you're so young. Your future could be bright.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
One day, Bubba, my boy, you could be the mayor of Edible Falls.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm sure this year your aunt will win that award she's always after.
The All-American Street Contest ranks high on her list of priorities.
Oh, would you like to see the baby crocodiles?
Crocodiles? That's a violation of city code. You can't keep crocodiles in a residence.
Oh.
Don't be silly, Bubba. Everyone has a crocodile or two in his cellar.
Not really.
Well, I hope you haven't found anything wrong with the house, Bubba.
I'm going to be quite frank with you folks. This house is a disaster.
Disaster?
What do you mean by that remark?
I mean, the floors are warped and dangerous, the wiring needs to be replaced, and the plumbing. You can't have wood shingles on the roof, the pond exhausts poisonous vapors, and the front lawn is sinking. It's against code to use an open flame instead of a stove. The house foundation is unsteady, and the tower totters.
So you're going to cite us?
I don't know as if a citation would do much good.
Explain yourself, Bubba.
I mean, it would cost a fortune to bring this place back up to code. Probably $1 million. $1
million bucks?
Bubba, why hasn't the city been here before?
New policy. Inspect each house once a year, or the house will be torn down. Condemned property.
Oh, Tarantula, I think I'm going to faint.
There, precious. Everything will be all right.
I don't see how.
Tarantula, Sinbad, a moving truck has pulled up and they're loading all of the odds from Egypt. Hello, Bubba. You here? I said to my husband, Jasper, those fascinating creeps are getting new furniture from Egypt. I simply must have a look. I hope you didn't mind me cutting across the lawn.
What lawn?
It's not new furniture, Henrietta. The prince always travels with his favorite things.
Prince? Do you say Prince?
Prince Unravel. We met him in Egypt. He's going to be a house guest.
There goes the neighborhood with Brighton's history books. Imagine. Royal from Edible Falls. I must phone the Gazette. This is front page news. When will the prince get here?
Who knows?
Sinbad?
Yes, grandmother.
With Prince Unravel at the house, you'd better hire a maid. Billy can't do all the work, and I'm busy with things down in the dungeon.
Good idea.
I've given you the results of my inspection, and I've given you my advice.
Yes, Tarantula, I need some fresh air. My head is splitting.
Can I watch?
A walk along the edges of Scum Pond will do you nicely.
I wonder what's the matter with Sinbad. He doesn't look well.
What are you talking about? He looks marvelous, really unhealthy. Would you like to see the little darlings?
May I use the phone?
It's over there.
Little darlings?
A week old.
I love little pets. What are they? Puppies or kittens?
See for yourself.
I never could just a puppy or a kitty. They're so cute and cuddly when they're young.
Don't get too close to the mother.
What kind of phone is this?
I'm the telephone operator.
You mean you work here?
Worked here for years. I'll soon be eligible for a pension. Now give me your number and I'll get your party.
Lime tree, floor and lime tree.
I know that one. It's an easy one. Hold on.
Aunt Flora, it's Bubba. Yes, I know. I've done everything you've said. They'll sell. I know the All-American Street Contest is getting close. Trust me, they'll sell. After what I told them, it's in the bag. Stop worrying.
Do you know what's down there, Bubba? They're not sweet little kittens or puppy dogs, not even potbelly pigs. They're alligators.
Crocodiles.
Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, and down he ran. Hickory dickory dock.
Poor Sinbad, I'm worried. He's not himself at all. All this horrid business about house repairs.
I can't imagine my Bubba Lime Tree's house was in such bad shape.
Nor can I. It's a complete mystery.
That's better. The dungeon door isn't creaking anymore.
I I like the creeks. Bubba said the dungeon door can get stuck. He thinks it's the only way in and out of the dungeon. Bubba said repairs could cost as much as $1 million.
$1 million?
We don't have it, Sally.
Maybe we should consult Aunt Wichita.
Wouldn't I think of that? You're such a clever girl.
What are you waiting for, Aunt Tarantula? Do you want me to knock?
Oh, I hope she's in a good mood. She has such a bad temper.
What?
Sorry to disturb you, Aunt Wichita.
Never mind the story. What do you want?
There's a problem about the house, Aunt Wichita.
That again. You can't sell, and that's all there is to it.
But the building inspector is here and says the house needs repairs.
Touch one shingle and I'll put a curse on you.
You don't understand, Aunt Wichita. If we don't make repairs, the house will be condemned.
I'll put a curse on anyone who condemns this house.
Seems Aunt Wichita hasn't kept up with the times.
Looks that way.
Can't you offer any advice, Aunt Wichita?
Yes, stop bothering me. I've got problems of my own.
Not one of her better days, I'm afraid.
She's usually really good when it comes to family problems.
She's not as young as she used to be. Curses don't work the way they did in her day.
I have to hand it to Nana. When it comes to eat, she really knows her stuff. I never ate out of a cooking pot before.
What did you have?
Liver.
Whose?
What?
Hi.
Hi, Matt.
Nana's calling for me. Must be dessert time.
Mr. Weird has made himself right at home.
How are you, Mrs. Creeps?
Don't ask, Matt.
I already did.
Bubba Limetree wants to condemn this house.
You've got to be kidding.
He said repairs could cost as much as $1 million.
I've got $50 in my pocket. You can take the money if you think it will help.
What a nice thing to say.
How kind, how generous, but I'm afraid $50 wouldn't help.
I wish I could think of something, Aunt Tarantula.
Let's not give up hope.
So, Sally, what do you say? Ride to Rivertown, pick up those concert tickets?
All right, I guess.
Where's Scooter?
Writing another story.
He's so dedicated.
The Mark Twain of Edible Falls. He sure is looking forward to meeting the prince.
Prince Unravel has everyone eager to meet him.
Have to expect that in a small town. Okay to go out this way?
If you wish.
A soft floor lime tree hang this way. It's probably her at the door. I go through the obstacle course to avoid her. Shall we?
Let's. Enjoy yourselves, children.
She's here.
Flora Limetree?
The job applicant from the domestic help agency.
Ah, yes, the maid.
They sent two.
I'll interview them. See if you can find my husband.
He's soaking in the broom closet.
Sinbad does not sulk. He is thinking.
In here, please. Bah.
I'm gonna tell you right off, I don't do windows, I want my weekends off. I don't wait tables if you have more than 6 in for soup. No pets, no kids, I want my own television, cable, and color.
Name, please?
You first.
I'm Miss Tarantula Creeps.
I believe you. Say, who designed this place? Dracula?
I don't know what you mean.
No garden work, I don't weed, pull, or plant. That's the first sunken garden I've ever seen that was literally sunk.
Name, please?
Are you speaking to me?
Unless there's somebody else in that hallway.
I don't see anybody else. I'm Miss Jones, Miss Lullaby Jones. Everybody calls me Lullaby.
Please sit, both of you. I have a few questions.
You didn't ask me my name. Aren't you going to ask me my name?
Forgive me. What is your name?
Well, it ain't Lullaby. It's Nessa Road. Like the pie? Ever heard of Nessa Road pie? Most people ain't. Grill Nessa Road. I want to ask you something, Mrs. Creeps.
Yes?
That butler. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he had horns growing out of his forehead.
Aren't they attractive?
What's the butler's name?
Billy.
As in Billy Goat?
That's all right.
That's what I was afraid of.
My.
Does he live there? Here?
Ignore Mr. Weird. He's a penguin.
Mr. Weird is a penguin?
Ordinarily, Billy does all the housework.
Who are you trying to kid? This place hasn't had a dust job in years.
That's not true. Billy puts dust in every room at least once a week.
Applicants for the maid's job?
This is Girl Nessa Road, and this is Lullaby Jones.
My pleasure, ladies.
This is Mr. Creeps, my husband.
Why is your husband wearing a pirate hat? Why is your husband holding that sword? Why is he wearing a phony eye patch?
My husband's ancestors were all famous pirates. It's his way of keeping in touch with his past.
Ship in the horizon, lads! Hoist the Jolly Roger! Take no prisoners! Attack! Heave ho!
That does it! I've worked for some strange people, but this place is stranger than strange. Pirates, penguins, goats.
Heave ho!
Stay away from me. I've got a can of mace in this handbag. One more step and it's acid rain time in your face.
I don't see what's the problem, Miss Nesselrode.
Keep away, I say! I know how to defend myself. Back! Back! You people don't need a maid. You need a zookeeper.
How did you know we had crocodiles?
Crocodiles?
What an odd female creature.
Since Miss Nestor doesn't want the job, can I have it? It hasn't been easy for me since I flunked out of beauty college.
Why, of course you may have the job, Lullaby. Billy will show you what has to be done. Besides my husband, we have one boarder, one niece, one nana, and we're expecting a friend from Egypt. How soon can you start?
I can start right now if you like.
Wonderful.
Bah, you rang?
A new maid?
Billy, this is Lullaby Jones. Show her at the house. Start with the kitchen and then the dungeon.
If you'll follow me, Lullaby.
I'm sure you like my work. I'm really good with lemon pledge.
She seems like a nice girl.
I feel bad. She's so plain. Are you feeling any better, Sinbad?
Not really. I'm depressed. $1 million for repairs, and where's it gonna come from? Maintaining this house was up to me. I owe it to the family name. I know! We can consult on Wichita. She'll know what to do. Good all on Wichita.
Sally and I already spoke with her, and she wasn't any help.
Oh.
Please let me handle this, Aunt Flora.
I know what I'm doing. Always listen to your aunt, Papa.
I didn't hear you knock.
I don't have time for small talk.
Won't you sit down?
I think you should sit down.
Why?
Because when you hear the news, you'll probably fall down.
News?
Sit down! Year after year, I've failed to win this all-American street contest because of this wretched house. I offered to buy it from you, but you refused. My plan was to tear it down.
Tear it down?
There isn't enough time to tear it down, so you may keep this wretched place. What are you waiting for, Bubba? Go on, tell them.
As you can see here by the city map, I marked the lines in red. Previously, your house was within the city limits.
What do you mean, was?
Look at the map. This house is no longer part of Edible Falls.
What?
You can't do that.
Yes, she can.
Can she?
You forgot. I had the city council. I have a way of getting what I want. I want that too. The only way to get it is to get rid of you.
That's not neighborly.
So what?
The ancestral home. No longer part of Edible Falls.
That's right.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
I can't take anymore. This is the end. No!
Sinbad! He fainted.
And how?
Is there a witch doctor in the house?
Billy, Billy, come along, and I will sing a happy song. Bah.
Did you say something, Mr. Billy?
I was reciting a short poem the master composed for me. Billy, Billy, come along, and I will sing a happy song. Bah.
Kind of short, isn't it?
Short poems are the best poems.
What time will Prince Unravel be here?
He is expected at any moment.
I hope Mr. Creeps will be up to it. He hasn't been feeling his best. Mrs. Creeps is concerned, awfully.
The master has a lot on his mind. His family has lived in Edible Falls longer than any other. Now he finds this house is outside of town limits. It's breaking his heart. So because of Flora Lime Tree, I feel it in my horns.
I wish there was something I could do.
Be cheerful. It might brace him up.
Bless you.
I didn't sneeze.
Wasn't me.
By the way, Lullaby, do you have any cigarettes?
I should say not, Billy. You shouldn't smoke. It's bad for your health.
I don't want to smoke the cigarettes. I want to eat them.
That's silly. Nobody eats cigarettes.
Wanna bet?
Wait till Prince Unravel sees what I've cooked up for dinner. Yum, yum.
I thought what you served for dinner last night was delicious. What was it?
Kidneys.
Don't ask.
I hope Sinbad is up to the prince's visit.
Come with me, Lullaby. We have to do something about the old cobwebs.
You want me to pull them down?
No, I want you to help me put up new ones. Bah.
Gee, Nana, I hope my work is satisfactory. Everybody's been so nice to me.
We're a nice family, Lullaby. Always have been, always will be.
Billy said the family used to be in the pirate business.
That was long ago, before television. Did you ever hear of Blueberry Creeps?
You mean Blackberry?
No, I mean Blueberry. Blueberry Creeps, terror of the New England coast. His treasure built this house. Some say it's still here. I ought to know. I've searched high and low. There isn't one Spanish doubloon in this house. Truth of the matter is simple enough. Creep's pirate treasure was all spent by turn of century.
Gee, golly, gosh!
People prefer fiction to facts, like that Scooter Belfry, Sally's friend. He's always making up fanciful stories about Edible Falls.
Lullaby.
You'll have to excuse me, Nana. I have to help with the cobweb.
Run along, keep an eye open for Hairy Legs. He's missing.
Guess who?
Ryan Reynolds.
Guess again.
Mortimer.
Nana.
Mortimer.
Nana, my Venus.
Sit.
Woof, woof.
So nice to have a man around the dungeon. I do hope you'll stay for a long time.
I wanted to ask you something, Nana.
Ask.
Have you ever thought about going steady?
Mortimer.
Nana.
Mortimer.
Nana.
My special cure-all is brewing. I'll have Sinbad feeling good in no time.
Mortimer, I'd like you to meet Evangeline, a dear friend and colleague.
Colleague?
Best healer in these parts.
MD?
No, HT.
HT?
Herbs and teas.
I've known Evangeline for what seems like centuries.
I think it has been centuries. We met in New Orleans.
Hello, Nana. Brother Penguin.
Feeling any better, Sinbad?
I'm all right. Don't worry about me.
I'll go get my special brew.
Sit down, Sinbad. Rest.
Don't anyone tell the prince about what's happened. I write him all the time about this lovely town, and now we're not part of it. What will he think? Oh!
You worry too much, Sinbad.
I owe it to the family name. Even Aunt Wichita won't talk to me.
It's always the darkest before dawn.
Usually that's the way I like it.
Your problems are over, Sinbad. A few sips of this and you'll be a new man.
But I don't want to be the new man. I want to be the old man whose house is part of Edible Falls.
Gloom will vanish, all will glow. Sip the tea, dark will go.
Catchy!
Go on, Sinbad. It's good medicine.
Can't hurt.
What is it?
My special secret tea.
What do you call it?
I shall call it Lipton's.
Tarantula, Sinbad.
Don't you ever knock?
You don't understand. He's here. He's here.
Who's here?
The prince. What excitement.
Unravel?
Of course, Prince Unravel. I'm so excited. Do I bow or do I salute?
Hey!
Welcome, Prince.
Freeze a jolly good fellow.
Is he a real prince?
Right, he had the creeps out.
Sure, man.
Hey! This is sensational.
I've never met a prince before.
All the way from Egypt.
Well, not forget, but I had to see him.
I want to get a good picture.
Everyone listen. We're going to give your guest a wonderful Edible Falls welcome, even if this house is no longer an Edible Falls.
Oh!
Forgive me, darling. I forgot how sensitive you are.
Don't worry about me. It's the prince that matters. Oh!
Imagine. All the way from Egypt.
Make way for the prince.
On the count of 3. Welcome, welcome, Prince Unravel. Ready?
Ready.
1.
1.
2. 2. 2.5.
2.5.
3.
Welcome, welcome, Prince Unravel.
Let's try it again, Mrs. Creeps. By all means, Scooter. Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome, welcome, Prince Unravel.
I came in the back way.
Prince, my old boy, let me welcome you too. I almost said Edible Falls. My old pal.
Sinbad, you old pirate, yeah.
I know you're going to have a wonderful visit, Prince. We're going to do the best that we can to make your stay exciting.
Oh, my dear Tarantula, you're looking like Tarantula.
Oh, how sweet.
Hold it. Good. Just to make sure, let's take another one. You get closer, Mr. Creeps.
If the prince doesn't object.
Not at all, Sinbad. It's good for international relations.
When I stomp my foot, say cheese.
What kind of cheese?
Moldy. There we go.
Moldy cheese!
How about a few words from my paper, Prince?
I'll be delighted. Ever since I met the charming Creeps, I've always wanted to visit their lovely town of Edible Falls. For if I knew, if they're an example of the citizenry, it must be a lovely place. If I could find a suitable pyramid, I might take up residence.
Pyramid? Did you say pyramid?
I did.
We are personage. We don't have pyramids in Edible Falls.
In that case, a suitable tomb would do.
Tomb? He's strange. My type of dude.
Be polite, Scooter. The prince has a wonderful sense of humor.
Sense of humor?
Refreshments are being served on the terrace.
I hope you have avocados. The oil is beneficial to my skin, and I have very dry skin.
You must try Nana's oil of turtle.
Sea turtle?
Oh no, Mr. Turtle used to be a neighbor.
Edible Falls, Edible Falls, home sweet home, no more.
I can't tell you the excitement the prince's arrival caused.
You make the prince sound like a dummy. I mean, mummy.
The atmosphere of the house. I imagine. One could imagine anything in the creep's house.
Was it a mummy case? His luggage. I never found out. 2 such important events had the town in uproar. You wouldn't believe it.
2 events?
Yes, the prince arrived on the same day that the judging for the All-American Street Contest took place.
Is that a fact? What happened?
Not what you might expect. There was another storm. Thunder, lightning, howling winds.
Time for afternoon tea. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. Stupid mouse. Cuckoo.
He says to get ready.
I'm ready. You better believe I'm ready. What's the rush?
You know the boss doesn't have any patience.
I thought we were going to wait until tonight.
What difference does it make? With the storm, no one will come to the house. It might as well be midnight.
We'll have to get out of town fast.
The boss knows what he's doing.
You're sure they're asleep?
I'm sure every afternoon, like clockwork, they take a nap. You couldn't wake that nana with a hydrogen bomb.
What if they won't talk?
They'll talk. The boss has his ways of making people talk.
The creeps ain't like other people.
Stop worrying, I tell you!
Excellent advice, Mortimer.
It's the boss.
Anyone outside?
Can't see a thing. It's black as oil.
Not so much as when the balloon.
I practically tore the place apart. The dungeon, the tower, the ground.
Couldn't get anything out of the ground there.
I questioned her a dozen times. She says the pirate magic was used up years ago.
Let's throw snoopers off the track. We've got work to do, my children. I want to see that crate I shipped on ahead filled with forgotten treasure. As Sinbad's ancestors would say, take no prisoners.
Take no prisoners. How much do you figure the treasure's worth, boss?
Millions.
I could get a herbal tea racket.
And I can get my teeth fixed. I've been thinking of having them capped.
Watch it. I don't trust Billy. Let me do the talking.
You're
the boss.
You rang, Prince Unravel? I must speak with Mr. and Mrs. Creeps. Ready by. Wake them. They'll be annoyed. Don't question the words of a prince. Move it. If that is your wish. That is my command. Very good, sir. What are you waiting for? Do as you're told.
Did you see the look he gave you? I think he smells a rat.
Who are you calling a rat?
Figure of speech, boss. That's all figure of speech.
She didn't mean anything by it.
Don't try to cross me, either one of you. It wouldn't be healthy.
I'm home.
Who's that?
It's the niece.
Sally.
Bet she went on a date.
She did.
With that Matt kid.
What a storm.
Sally, we thought you went off with your friend.
The weather is so bad we canceled. I hope Lullaby and Billy have made you comfortable, Prince and Ravel.
I'm quite comfortable, thank you.
You're certainly causing a sensation for Edible Falls.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Sally, your friends won't be joining us tonight, will they?
You mean Matt and Scooter? I doubt it, not in this weather. Why do you ask?
Just wondering.
I have a little gift for you, Sally.
For me?
All the way from the deserts of Arabia.
How wonderful!
It's crushed pearls of Yemen blended with sweet water from the Nile. Let me pour some on my handkerchief. Let me know what you think of it.
It's
Yes?
It's like chloroform.
No, Sally, it's not like chloroform. It is chloroform.
Chloroform? Oh.
Oh, yes. What do I do with her?
The dungeon.
Right, boss. Good thinking.
Chloroform, you think of everything, boss.
Do you need anything, Prince and Ravel?
No, thank you. Hope it is my custom to bring gifts to servants.
What nice custom, Prince.
I have a gift here.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
You'll find out.
It's crushed pearls of Yemen blended with sweet water from the Nile. You'll enjoy the aroma.
It's a perfume?
You won't find it at any cosmetic counter.
I get it. It's an exclusive.
Let me know what you think of it.
It's unusual.
Perhaps it's gone a little weak. Try again.
Okay by me. Gee, Prince, I don't think it's gone a little weak. I think it's gone bad. Smells funny. I don't feel so good. In fact, I feel terrible.
Right, boss. I know. The dungeon.
What about the butler? How are you going to get rid of him?
I'll tell him it's a new cologne.
What if it doesn't work?
That's what these are for.
Billy said you want to see me, Prince Unravel?
I'm deeply sorry to disturb your slumber.
Think nothing of it, Prince. You still here, Evangeline?
You wouldn't want me to leave in this weather, would you?
Certainly not. You're welcome to stay as long as you'd like.
I wouldn't be here, only Nana insisted.
We're so grateful for your help, Evangeline.
Wait till you get my bill.
Where's my good friend Sinbad?
At your service, Prince.
Cassie.
Anything wrong?
Time will tell.
You and Mortimer have become friends, I see. How nice.
Not friends exactly, more like accomplices.
Accomplices?
Keep an eye out for the butler.
Leave him to me.
What's that?
Looks like a crow. Feels like a crow. Smells like a crow. It's a crow.
Penguins don't carry crows.
This one does.
Take care of the Billy.
I have an uneasy feeling, Sinbad.
So do I. Prince, mind telling us what's going on?
I have a better idea. You tell me.
What?
Where is it?
Where's what?
The treasure! The pirate treasure! Stop stalling!
Pirate treasure!
It's somewhere in this house, buried or hidden. I want it. Otherwise.
Otherwise?
The boss can get nasty.
Very nasty.
There is no pirate treasure, not anymore.
Used up a long time ago.
Get some ropes. We'll tie them up. Then take off their shoes and socks. We're going to give them a hot foot they'll never forget.
Right, boss?
We thought you were Prince of Man.
You thought wrong. You fool! I told you to get him! Why didn't you use your crow?
He ate it!
Billy, this way!
If any harm comes to Billy!
If you play ball, no harm will come to Billy or Lullaby.
Lullaby too?
Don't forget the niece.
Sally?
Tell me where the pirate treasure is.
Yoo-hoo, we're here. Anybody home?
Who's that?
How should we know?
What are we gonna do?
You and Evangeline sit down. Look natural. You sit down too, Sinbad. One wrong peep out of either of you, and it's curtains for the creeps.
Stupid pillow.
We did knock.
Several times.
I imagine you didn't hear us because of the storm.
Who are you looking for?
I'm not looking for anyone in particular. Are you Mr. Creeps?
He is.
I'm Mrs. Creeps.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Dulcie Burnside. I am the senior judge for our All-American Street Contest Committee. This is another judge, Cordelia Spring.
Couldn't you come back later?
Impossible. It's now or never. Time is short.
But you can't see the outside of the house in the rain.
We saw the exterior this morning.
It's the interior we're now interested in.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to leave.
What?
Leave. Get out.
There's no need to be impolite.
This house is under quarantine.
Quarantine?
The doctor said so.
What doctor?
She's the doctor.
I'm the doctor. magic, and herbal teas.
What strange-looking people.
Perhaps we better go.
Yes, let's.
You're doing the wise thing. You wouldn't want to catch anything in this weather, would you?
Good gracious.
Who are those girls?
What girls?
There's something terribly wrong in this house.
Quick, Gossie, let's call the police.
Yes, police, 911.
You're not going anywhere. You can forget about the police.
The house is surrounded. You haven't got a chance, Prince. Surrender.
What are we gonna do then with the house surrounded? The trapped her in the dungeon, at least it's a scum pod.
Last one out, turn off the lights.
Good work, Billy.
Don't anybody move. Hands up.
FBI, keep calm and no one will get hurt.
Can we see some identification?
Sure.
Scooter, what's happening?
Matt and me are junior agents. We've been using the high school as a cover. We've been after the prince for a long time.
Prince Unravel isn't a real prince?
Nah, he's an international con artist. Makes friends with travelers, and if he thinks they've got anything worth stealing, he tracks them down. Cool customer. Deadly.
He's no good.
Never was.
I didn't expect this from a fellow penguin.
He's no penguin. It was a ruse to get inside the house. And she's wanted in 6 states.
7.
Scooter Belfry, you're an American hero. Edible Falls is forever in your debt!
That's incredible.
Unbelievable.
Astonishing. The prince was a criminal, and the penguin was no penguin, and the psychic was no doctor.
I must say, I didn't know FBI agents could be that young.
What's so funny?
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist telling you that story. No harm intended.
It's true, isn't it?
How could it be? It's too preposterous. Scooter made it all up and passed it in as an English assignment. He only got a B+ because his paper was so messy. Neatness counts. He called his short story Crime on Pilgrim Road. I thought telling you Scooter's story would amuse you.
Never mind the story Scooter Belfry made up.
What did happen the day the prince arrived? The
Well,
real story.
For one thing, there wasn't any storm. Poor Mr. Creeps was still depressed about the city map being redrawn, and Flora Limetree was still trying to win that award.
Stop that bell ringing. How am I supposed to get any sleep?
Yes, sir?
I wanted to see Billy.
He's busy or something I can help you with, sir?
Could you see to it that Nana gets this letter?
I'd be happy to, Mr. Weird. Only, why don't you give it a letter yourself?
Because I'm leaving. I'm going away.
Going away? Now?
Now.
Away? What's all this nonsense about going away?
There she is now, sir. You can give her the big letter yourself.
Gee, thanks. You've been a big help.
Anytime.
Oh, Mortimer, you Don Juan, you Casanova. You've written me a letter filled with sweet nothings. Perhaps it's a poem. We love poems in this house. Sinbad is a poet.
No, Nana, it's not a poem.
Don't tease.
Now you're gonna know the whole truth about me. Truth of the matter is, I'm a bum, penniless, no future, a human sponge. I don't have any money, and I don't fit in anywhere. I used to be a penguin a long time ago. I find out where other penguins live and show up for a visit. Then I slip away and find another pigeon. Penguin. I feel terrible about cheating Tarantula and Sinbad out of their rent money. I feel terrible about pretending to be an honest man, so I'm doing the only honorable thing. I'm leaving. I'm leaving because all of you have been so kind and I can't take it anymore. It's all in the letter.
But Mortimer, you weren't going to say goodbye.
I hate goodbyes.
I
I thought you liked me. I thought we were an item.
What can I offer a beautiful, talented, lovely lady like yourself? I hang my head in shame.
There, old man. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Confession is good for the soul.
There it is. You know the worst. I'm glad you heard. If you want, you can call the police. I'll understand. No hard feelings.
That won't be necessary. You could stay as long as you'd like.
You mean it?
Penguins have to stick together.
Besides, if you left, it would break Anna's heart.
I feel like a teenager in love.
You could do some work around the house to pay for your keep.
You could help me raise the crocodiles.
You know, the moment I came into this house, I felt as if I belonged here.
You'll be part of the family.
You haven't seen the vulture roost yet. It's on the roof. We can be alone.
What about the vulture?
Let him find his own girl.
Ah, Tarantula, I feel so good. I always feel good when I do a good deed.
I guess it's alright to just walk right in.
I guess so. The prince likes company.
My Edo wants more photos. He wants to go all out. Think the prince will mind?
I'm sure he won't.
Aunt Rachel! Uncle Sinbad!
Oh, it's Sally.
Aunt Rachel!
Calm down, Sally. You're all excited.
They're coming up the street.
Who?
The judges for the All-American Street Contest.
They won't be coming here.
Alas!
That's just it. They are coming here.
Whatever for.
Somebody needs something?
Find the prince, Lullaby. The photographer would like more pictures.
I'll find them.
Did I hear correctly? The judges are coming here?
Whatever for.
There's a crowd with them.
I don't understand.
You'll find out.
I imagine they want to meet the prince.
Yes, that must be it. Everyone wants to meet a prince.
Hey, please, back. In here.
Just recently noticed.
Mrs. Creeps?
Yeah. I'm Mrs. Creeps.
I'm Dulcie Burnside. I'm
I'm the senior judge for our All-American Street Contest Committee.
Welcome to my home.
And a most unusual home it is, inside as well as out.
My husband.
Mr. Creeps.
A pleasure, Miss Burnside.
This will ruin everything!
Laura!
I've got to explain. You don't know this house was Burnside.
What don't I understand?
This house shouldn't be considered. Don't let it influence your decision.
Don't be ridiculous, Mrs. Limejuice.
Lime tree.
To be perfectly frank, it's because of this house that Pilgrim Road is going to win the award.
What?
Every year, the award goes to a street that's manicured and neat. This year, we are looking for the most diversity.
It's enough room to still find a street that still has enough room for individuality.
A house that is so unique that even an Egyptian prince would come to visit. That's why this year's award is going to Pilgrim Road.
But the rules of the contest say that each house must be within the city limits.
Are you saying this house is not within the city limits?
Pay no attention to him, Miss Burnside. He's a stupid boy. He made a little mistake when he came out, but I'll say that's corrected.
But Aunt Flora, you said...
Zip it, Bubba.
No objection.
Prince, will you do the honors?
Honest.
Would you like to present the award to Miss Flora Limetree as the chairperson for Edible Falls All-American Street Contest Committee?
I would be honored.
Cordelia, the trophy!
I had it. I want it for Pilgrim Road. At last, finally, victory.
Thanks to this house.
Thanks to the creeps.
Prince, Miss Limetree, let's get a photo. The creeps too.
You know the best part about all this, Tarantula?
What's that, Sinbad?
The creeps are back in town.
I never left.
Boy, can I make a story up all about this.
When I stomp my foot, say the magic words.
Molly cheese!